Hey guys, it's Bang about PC Gaming here, and as you guys probably already know, with the plethora of reviews to choose from, the Nvidia GTX 1080 has been revealed properly. Now we can all see the reviews and we can all see what it can do, and now we kind of have a good idea of what to expect from when it comes out on launch day, which is the 27th of May. Now, we do have a new king, that is definitely certain, but it's not all good news. So if you're someone like me that was looking forward to upgrading to the GTX 1080, nothing much has changed, but it definitely isn't an upgrade. It's certainly a side grade, which is what I was expecting. But let's talk a bit about the performance. So if you own a GTX 980, you're going to see some massive increases. When Nvidia claimed it was 2 times the performance of a GTX 980, that was a bit exaggerated, we have to say. So I'm going to go into some percentages over the GTX 980 Ti, 980 and Fury X. So in Fallout 4 at 1440p with the GTX 980, you can expect a 59% increase at 4K, 50% over. With the Fury X, you can expect a 39% increase at 1440p and 30% with the game at 4K. And using the GTX 980, you can expect a 21% increase at 1440p and 21% as well at 4K. Looking at Gears of War Ultimate Edition, the DirectX 12 games from the UWP platform from Microsoft, you can expect a 52% increase with the GTX 980 at 1440p and 93% increase at 4K, which is pretty staggering. With the Fury X, you can expect a 28% increase at 1440p and quite a beefy 45% at 4K. Not so much with the GTX 980, 15% at 1440p, but quite a chunky 45% at 4K. So this card is shaping up pretty good at the high resolutions. That's largely down to the extra fast GDDR5X over GDDR5. So moving on to Grand Theft Auto 5, with the GTX 980 at 1440p, you can expect an increase of 58%. At 4K, 67%. AMD R9 Fury X at 1440p, you can expect a 68% increase in performance and 50% at 4K. So it's really looking like a decent upgrade if you are an AMD R9 Fury X owner. It's something definitely to consider. With the GTX 980 Ti, it's not as big as an increase, 25% increase at 1440p and 29% at 4K. Looking at Hitman 2016, a game that all Nvidia hardware struggled against AMD's R9 Fury X. This was largely due to not really being able to take advantage of asynchronous compute with DirectX 12 enabled. So the Fury X, let's start with that, has it's 17% slower than the GTX 1080 at 1440p and 32% slower at 4K. So that just shows you that the GTX 1080 is capable of asynchronous compute on a hardware level, which is nice to know that they haven't just overlooked it, because it is an improvement in performance. So with the GTX 980 at 1440p, you can expect an 80% increase in performance, and at 4K you can expect a 98% performance increase. So Nvidia pretty close to that estimate of 2 times the GTX 980 performance in some games. So with the GTX 980 Ti, you can expect a 42% increase at 1440p and 36% increase at 4K. And last but not least, we're going to move on to The Witcher 3. This is the game I'm currently playing now, as the expansion is out later on this month. So over the GTX 980 Ti, you can expect a 27% increase at 1440p and a 26% increase at 4K. The Fury X, more of the same, exactly the same kind of performance increase. But with the GTX 980, you can expect a 71% increase in performance at 1440p and a 66% increase at 4K. So that's pretty much the kind of performance you're going to be getting if you've got any one of these cards and you're considering upgrading. So looking at performance, on average you can expect a 25 to 30% increase in performance from the GTX 1080 over a GTX 980 Ti when they're both at stock, of course. Now, overclocking, from what I've seen, pretty much all review samples have reached 2 GHz quite comfortably. So even though it wasn't as fast as the sample we saw at the reveal in Austin, Texas, it's definitely something that everyone can achieve, it would seem. 2 GHz. So it's not so much of a cherry-picked chip as some of us feared. One of the bad things though is for temperature. We did see really low temperatures of 67 degrees at the reveal, but under reviews with stress testing applications like Fahrenheit, you can expect all the way up to 82 to 85 Celsius. So no real improvement over the GTX 980 Ti or Titan X. And another bad thing is basically, obviously with us learning a bit more about the Founders Edition and what that actually is, because it wasn't really communicated that great at the launch. It's going to be the only cards that are going to be available at launch as well, and we have to pay basically $700 if you're in the US. Over here in the UK, where I'm from, we're looking at £620. I spoke to Overclockers and Scan.com this morning. They wouldn't give me anything on the price, but that basically tells me that they're going to be competitive against all other rival vendors basically, and I would imagine we're going to be paying a little bit more than £620, so that kind of sucks. So really comes down to is, do you really need the extra performance, or can you wait until maybe even 2017 when the guaranteed powerhouse cards are going to come out? There are rumors that AMD will release Vega in October, which will probably definitely dethrone the GTX 1080, but it all depends if you're willing to wait. But it's good news and bad news. For me, this looks like a bit of a side grade really. It's nothing more than I expected myself, and as someone that upgrades quite regularly, hasn't really changed my mind on whether I'm going to get this card or not. I have moved away from multi GPU solutions. I did used to own 2 GTX 980 Ti's, and now I only currently own one. So I'm definitely going to get the GTX 1080. It's a good enough side grade in my eyes, and I'd imagine in time with increased and more refined drivers for Pascal, we can see a bit more increase in performance. So that's pretty much my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think. Are you still gonna go and buy the GTX 1080, or are you more interested in the GTX 1070, or maybe you just wanna see what Polaris offers before you make any decision? That's pretty much it from me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.